everybody and welcome to this week's vlog. Now this week's vlog is going to be a little bit different. I decided not to do a weekly vlog and to have a bit of time off vlogging every day, and it is also our 1 year anniversary. If you're watching this on the day that it came out, on Saturday the 15th of March, then it is exactly 1 year since we flew to Orlando to move here and to start our brand new life. So I thought we would do a bit of a Q&A. I've put a question and answer box on Instagram this week, so we're going to go through a few of those, but also I thought I would do you a little bit of a compilation of what our first couple of months was like. Now, if you followed me right from the very beginning, number one, thank you for following me for that long, but if you haven't, then you can go back and look at these vlogs. Unfortunately, the first couple of vlogs are ruined by music, and that was my own fault for not using the correct music, and then YouTube replaced that music, but unfortunately they replaced it at full volume and there was no way I could change it. So if you do go back and watch these vlogs, just bear with me because it was my first time editing anything, and yeah, I was very new to it. So I thought I would just do you a little bit of a compilation now, so you don't have to go back and watch those vlogs and you can just see the process of us moving here. It's not going to go into too much detail, and then we will pick this back up later on. Me and Jason, we're going out now. It's Wednesday today and we're going to go out. We've got a few jobs to do, but we're also going to vlog the day and probably tomorrow as well, and like I say, answer some of your questions. So I hope you enjoy it. We're out doing some jobs, aren't we, Jason?
Yeah.
Here's Jason.
The usual job I do on my days off.
Yeah, we're on our way to the... Oh, lights just turned red in front of us. On our way to the opticians again. How many times have we been to this opticians for these contact lenses? They never seem to get them right, but I think they've got them right now, haven't they?
Well, I used these ones at work and they worked.
Yeah, so it's Jason's days off. Well, he's actually been off for already a week, haven't you? Well, you haven't, because you had some training to do, and then he's got another week left. So as I said earlier, it's Wednesday, and I know we haven't vlogged anything this week, but it's just been a bit of an odd week, hasn't it? We did get the gutters done yesterday though, so there was a job done. I will show you those when I get home today. And then we'll probably, once we've picked up these contact lenses, then we might just go and have a coffee and...
No.
It is a beautiful day again, like so nice. Actually, we went for a walk yesterday, didn't we? And you thought you'd burnt your head.
Yeah.
And it was really, really warm. The sky is so blue, so I'm hoping that the weather is going to stay like this through the weekend, because we are going on a little trip away in Florida. We're not going on an aeroplane or anything. But yeah, so we're going on a little trip away, which will be in next week's vlog for you all to wait and anticipate for. I know that'll be really exciting. Yeah, so come with us this morning as we do our boring jobs. So Jason's just popped into the optician to pick up his contact lenses, and then we will be going somewhere else because this place is miles away. Like, yeah, and he only came here in the beginning because it was like the insurance said he could come here and they were a contact lens specialist. Well, they weren't, because they've faffed about for months and months, if you've followed the story along. Anyway, I think he's finally got the right contact lenses. He's going to pick up this last one from here that he's already paid for. That's why we've come for them. And then we will move to one closer to us, because this one is in Lakeland. And it's like, it took us about an hour to drive here. So anyway, that saga is over and done with, and then we're going to go for a coffee, probably just Starbucks actually, up the road, and we've got some Starbucks vouchers to use, so we might as well just use them, because I keep forgetting to use them. And so Jason put them in the car yesterday. I was like, put them in the car and then we'll use them. So we'll probably go and have a little bit of a Starbucks. Like I said earlier, it is a stunning day, so then depending on what time it is, then it's already 11:30. So by the time we do that, we'll have to head our way back up to home, ready for school, but we might call in somewhere on the way. And then hopefully later on we'll go for a little bit of a walk, and I plan to answer some of your questions when we go for a walk as well. And thank you for everybody who has put questions in on Instagram. I did actually forget to put it on Facebook. But I think my stories share on Facebook anyway. I'm not really sure. And then tomorrow, Jason has an appointment in the morning, and then also we have Pulte coming around, which is our house builder, and they are coming around tomorrow between 12 and 4 to do the 1 year check. And they come round. We have already had one done by an independent company. And they didn't really come up with anything, to be honest. There was no major issues. There was a couple little minor issues, but that was about it. But people do recommend that you get one done by an independent company, because Pulte might come round and not pick up something because they don't really want to do it. Not that we've had any problems with Pulte, we really haven't. Overall, I'm pleased with them. But we had already had the independent one done, and then we got the email from Pulte to say that they were going to come round and do one. So obviously we're going to let them come around. So they're coming around tomorrow between 12 and 4. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. When the independent guy come round, he was there for about 2 hours, I think, and it was $600 to have that check done. We had the initial check with them done at the very beginning, and I think that was about $450. Maybe I've got that wrong. It seems odd that the first one will be cheaper than the second one, but I don't know. It was definitely $600 anyway to get the second one done. But like I say, thankfully, he never really found anything wrong. So I don't know whether you can call that a waste of $600 or not, because if he had have found something, then at least we will be able to get it fixed while we are still in warranty. So let's see what Pulte come up with tomorrow, because that is one of the questions that I've received. I've already looked through most of the questions, and one of them is... Yeah, sorry, somebody was walking right past the car and looking at me strange. One of the questions is, are we happy with our house and the builder that we chose? And the answer to that is yes. We are very happy with the house. We have not, touch wood, had any major problems. Yes, we've had some problems with the air conditioning, but they have fixed it, and the air conditioning warranty is actually held with an outside company, not Pulte. Gone for the new lavender oat milk latte, but I don't think I like it. She's drew a smiley face on the cup. That's cute.
And she got your name right.
And she got, well, yeah, she got my name right because I scanned the app. So, and then I've got an apple fritter thing, and Jason's got the new custard Danish.
Not you after eating today.
Yeah, so this is one of the new summer drinks.
Looks like you got a load of stuff on the bottom
Yeah,
as well.
I think that's the syrup, which is going to make it taste even worse. Yeah, awful. I think I'm going to have to go and get a different coffee. I've been and got a new drink. Now it says, have a lovely day. Just, yeah, I paid for it. Jason's been a good husband and said, he said, I'll take you to your favourite shop. You can get whatever you want. Look where we are. The Home Depot. There's the garden centre. I've got my eye on you. It's like my favourite shop. I'm here every week. He's got to get a trolley. So we're on our way home now, so we thought we'd answer a couple of your questions. A lot of the questions are repeated, to be honest, but one of the ones that's been most asked was, would you do anything differently if you could do it again? Now, if that question means about the whole process, as in from when we started with the visa, like everything from the very, very beginning, we've just quickly said, haven't we, that we feel that we couldn't have really done anything differently with the whole visa process, could we? Because it was all done out for you. The thing that I would do the same would be to use an immigration lawyer. There's no way we'd have done that ourselves, would we?
So even got through the paperwork.
No, so I'm so pleased that we chose to do it that way, and I would definitely recommend doing it that way if you're thinking about doing it. But things that we would do differently, the timeline, we couldn't have changed anything like that. It all just worked out the way it worked out. I probably would try and be a little bit more patient with it. I did feel it was quite stressful at times, but again, it was out of our control. And the problem is, I know people say, oh, you know, you shouldn't get your hopes up and, oh, just chill out, you know, it'll come as it comes. Well, that's easy to say, you know, and any of you who are going through the visa process now, you will all agree with me that the thing is, once you get it in your head, you get it in your head and your life revolves around it. But
because we didn't appreciate the timeline either.
Yeah.
We thought once it was approved, that was the end of it and all would be quick.
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't expect that second bit to be longer than the first bit.
Yeah. So be a bit more patient would be something that I would do differently. Now, when we got here, things that we would do differently, what would you say that we would do differently? Not buy the electric car.
I like the electric car. It was just too restrictive.
Yeah.
I know. Would we, like in hindsight, buy a house that's a little bit further down, but then we'd have had to compromise on what size the
traffic is an issue where we have bought the house, and if it was something that I could change, I would change it in an instant. But then, who wants to sit in traffic? Nobody. Everybody just wants to get where they're going immediately. You know, is it the worst thing in the world? No. Have I learned to sort of manage it?
No.
Well, it annoys me still, but I sort of know what times and day I'm going to sit in it and when I'm not going to sit in it. They are widening the I-4. It's not going to be a miracle worker. So would we have chosen a house there if we could choose it again now? I'm not sure. But that's a shame because the area is lovely. We like the area. There's nothing wrong with anything like that, is there? I wouldn't change anything. Zara's school is right down the road, which again, we've also been very lucky to get her into a local school. So I wouldn't change anything like that. We like the house as well, don't we? Yeah. I quickly touched earlier when Jason was in the opticians about Pulte, and overall we're happy, aren't we, with what, you know,
as stood the hurricane. There hasn't been that many problems.
As new houses go, you know, we haven't had that many problems, because you know what, it's like, if any of you have bought a new build, like sometimes people can have some really terrible problems. So overall, I don't think we would do that differently. But the problem was for us, because a lot of people would say, oh, well, you should have rented for a year and then bought a house. Yes, that is a very good point. But we'd rented for 10 years in Qatar, and I was over it. You know, I was ready to be able to say, this is my kitchen, I'm going to do what I want to it.
It wasn't that either. Renting's dead money.
Renting's dead money. We knew it would cost us X amount of money per month to rent, which would have took a big chunk out of the money that we were buying the house with. So for us, it made sense to just buy straight away. And I know there's a lot of people who I'm in contact with or made friends with here who are only going to rent or might only ever rent. But the thing is, everybody's on different visas, so everybody's situation is differently. We are permanent green card holders, so unless we break the law or do something really stupid, then we will be able to stay here. So buying a house for us is the sensible thing to do, because otherwise we're just paying somebody else's mortgage if we rent, and we didn't want to do that. So I don't think we would do that differently, would we?
It would have also been, 36 or more grand down?
Yeah.
By the time we'd been somewhere for a year.
So things that we would do differently, I'm not really sure there is anything, is there?
Really.
I can't think of anything major that we would change about it. So another question that we've got a couple of times is, do you feel like the life in Florida is everything that you wanted or wished for? I would say, if you asked that to me, I would say yes. What would you say, Jason?
Yeah, we knew what we was getting into.
Yeah, we knew.
Yeah, we're coming from one country, lots of restrictions, to one without.
Yeah, we like we like Florida. We like America. We visited here lots and lots of times. You know, we've done as much research as we could possibly do into living here. And is it what I expected? Yes. I mean, I do think, I don't know, it's more American than I thought it would be. I know that sounds really ridiculous, but there is more changes in our lifestyle than what I anticipated there would be, if that makes sense. Or am I just talking rubbish? I don't really know how to explain it properly, but this isn't in a bad way. It's just different. We'd come from living in a country in the Middle East where there was lots of restrictions, and those restrictions I didn't like. I'd done it, and our life wasn't bad at all in Qatar, far from it. You know, we had a great life there, we had a brilliant time, wouldn't change it for the world, but it was never home, never wanted to stay there. It was always...
And Zara was getting to the stage where she's going to have lots of restrictions.
Zara is a teenager, and teenage girls, you know, they can't wear a pair of shorts or, you know, wear a strappy top or something like that. And I know that's very trivial to a lot of people, but in the long run, I don't want somebody to tell her what to do. You know, if anybody, it should be us as their parents saying, this is what you can do and this is what you can wear, not somebody else. So stuff like that I didn't like about it. And there's other things that I didn't like about it as well. You know, I'm not going to go into it. I'm not bashing the country in any way. It's enabled us to do a lot of things, and it was absolutely worth it. But it was never home. It was never long term. And moving to Florida, well, it's been a dream of mine for a long time. Never ever thought I actually would live here. But we knew we had to go somewhere. So is living in Florida what I thought it would be? Yeah, it is. I love it. The weather's beautiful. It's green. That's the biggest thing for me. And I know that sounds really sad, but when you've come from the Middle East where everything is beige and dusty, and the only plants that are there are what somebody's planted, and they even used to play bird noises in one of the parks to make you think that there was birds when there isn't. Well, there is birds, but you know what I mean. It's not like properly, because nothing grows there, and everything was just always dusty. It used to rain dusty water, didn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it was just dry and barren and too hot. I know Florida gets really, really hot in the summer, but nothing compares to the Middle East. If ever you have ever been to the Middle East in the summer, that place is hideous, isn't it?
Oh.
Hideous. So yeah, Florida is lush, green. The wildlife's on the extra side, isn't it? It's like Jurassic Park, but it's brilliant. You know, the sun's shining. Yes, we get a lot of rain here, but it's usually only in downpours. I just absolutely love it, and that's why so many people move to Florida. Not only British people, but Americans. Even like they say now that the amount of people that move to Florida from places like New York and like the colder states and everything, it's so popular because it's just guaranteed sunshine. And I really think that sad disorder exists, you know, where the seasonal thing where people get it when you feel rubbish, when the sun hasn't shone for weeks. And here you look out the window and it's blue skies and green and trees, water everywhere. It just makes you feel better. So yeah, Florida is what I wished for. Yeah. And I wouldn't change it, would you? I don't think it's ever been your dream to live in Florida, has it? You've not.
I've been nomadic for years.
Yeah. But there would be worse places to live, wouldn't there?
Exactly.
And the thing is, as long as the three of us are together, then that's our home. You know, yes, we miss our family and friends and stuff, but we've lived like that for 11 years now, so we know how to manage it. We manage it pretty well. And we just get on with it. And everybody's now going to want to visit us because we live in the best place ever. So we're back home now, so I thought I would show you the gutters that we finally had done yesterday. So I don't know whether you can see, but there is now gutters along there. Let's take the face tracking off and then hopefully you'll be able to see a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. So there's gutters along here now, and then out the front we've also got them put on the bottom and on the top, because the way that the roof is at the front, it like comes down and comes off Zara's roof. So the gutters were $900, which I don't think is bad at all. Like I said earlier, or like I said actually I think in last week's vlog, the gutters on the sides were already on the house, but on the front and the back they were not there, so don't ask me why, but they weren't. So they were $900 for the gutters, which I think is a really good price. I'm happy with that, and he was efficient. He came, done what he said he was going to do, and this was after a few times of trying to get somebody. Now the other job that we are doing, extra things that we have decided to do on the house. So if you haven't been following me for a while and this is only the first video that you've watched, yes, we bought a brand new house, but as you know, you have to add all of these things, don't you? So we put the fence on. The fence was put up just before the hurricane last year, so it was put up I think in October, and I think the fence was it about $5,000? I think it was about $5,000 for the fence. So we put that up, and then the next thing that we're getting done is we're getting the side path paved, but we are currently waiting for the HOA approval on that one. It's been just under a month since I put the HOA in, so I'm expecting to hear anytime now. We pay the deposit for that, and then we just pay the rest when they actually come and do it, so I'll show you that. So this is the side path that we're having paved. We're only having this side done, we're not having the other side done, and the reason why is because this grass doesn't grow, all of that mulch has gone all dry and horrible. We would need to be replacing that all the time, and well, yeah, it's just pointless. And to have that side path done, I think the total was about 4,600 to have the side path done, which is a lot of money really to spend on something that you're not really going to see that much, but it will like help putting the bin in and out, and the path will go round to the front to the driveway as well. So I'll go out the front and show you the gutters at the front. can we just have a moment to appreciate the sky? So we've had the gutters done at the front there. You can see this is Zara's bedroom, and the water just come off there and come off this corner. He's put like an extra bit there because it just come off there and makes this big like hole here in the mulch where the rain is just so powerful. Yeah, so that's another job ticked off the list. Other things that we've done to the house, we had the palm tree changed. That was an oak tree. You can see next doors in their garden. That's what ours looked like, but it actually fell down in the hurricane last year, and we didn't really want an oak tree in the front, so we decided to get that changed to a palm tree, which is the same as what we've done out the back as well. And I think most people have ended up getting that changed because, well, most of the trees look dead. That one actually looks quite green, but most people's doesn't. So yeah, so we've just worked through the jobs. We've still got lots more things that we would like to do to the house, but we haven't even been in a year yet. Even though it's a year since we moved to Florida, it's actually only 10 months since we got the keys to the house. So these things, we haven't got an endless pot of money, so we just can't do everything at once. We just need to keep going and do as much as we possibly can. But owning a house here, as we said earlier, we didn't want to rent, but owning a house here certainly costs more money than we thought it would. And you've just got to do all these extra bits because you've got to have your house as best as you can possibly have it. But I wouldn't change it for the world. It's like a dream having a house in Florida. I mean, who wouldn't want to live in a street like this? Welcome to Hollywood Studios, everybody. It's a few hours later, it's still the same day, it's still Wednesday, but we picked Zara from school and it is the most beautiful weather. So I said, right, come on, let's go out. So we've come to Hollywood Studios. We haven't been here for ages, have we? A while. Something smells amazing. What is it? It's making me hungry. So yeah, so we're...
You never got me a bubble one for my birthday.
Jason didn't get a bubble one for his birthday and he's not happy about it. Oh, maybe I'll buy you one today, you never know. You can be a good boy.
Well, is that down a drain then? Yeah.
I think the queue times are probably going to be quite long, but we'll just have a bit of a wander and yeah, we'll take you along. Statues is 5 minutes, so we're going to go on that.
Attention. Arriving passengers can claim their baggage on level 1. Airspeeder rental companies are located on level 4. Thank you.
Thank you, citizen. Moving on. Thank you for supporting the First Order.
Skyliner, and we've got one to ourselves as well, so that's good, isn't it? And we've decided Hollywood Studios is really busy. It's the start of spring break, the queue times are really big, so we've had a bit of a wander and now we're going to head over to the boardwalk. We're not going to go into Epcot, we're just going to get off there and we're going to have a little wander. It's a while since we've been to the boardwalk, isn't it? Just have a little wander around the lake and yeah, just you can see the Skyliner. I don't think Zara's fussed off the Skyliner, are you?
Judging by her face.
She's like looking at me and saying, no, I don't like it. the boardwalk.
Zara loved the Skyliner.
Yeah, she's fuming with us. I think we'll get the boat back. It does go around the houses, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Because really Epcot and the boardwalk are right next door to each other, or Epcot and Hollywood Studios, sorry. Yeah, but we've made it here anyway. And the sun is like blazing in your eyes, isn't it? It's not too hot though, is it?
No, it's nice.
It's nice, it's beautiful. The boardwalk is one of my favourite places on Disney property. It's just so nice. I'd like to stay in this hotel, would you?
Which one?
This one, the boardwalk. Yeah, it's really... No. Yes, you would. Yeah, it's really nice here. And this is one of the things, moving to Florida, that is so good that we can just get in the car and come here when most people have to save up to come here on holiday, don't they? And we just get in the car.
Still have to save up.
Do when you come out with me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is one of the things about Florida that I love. I mean, look at this weather. It's March. What is it? March the 12th. And it is absolutely beautiful. I bet you if we were in Hartlepool...
It wouldn't be this warm, I
What do
can
you
tell
think
you
the
that.
temperature is in Hartlepool now?
1 or 2 degrees?
Yesterday when I looked it was like -2 or something. Yeah. You wouldn't be doing this with just a t-shirt and shorts on in Hartlepool in March. We decided to walk back to Hollywood Studios and get our steps in. We usually go for a walk on a night, so this is our walk tonight, isn't it? I don't know how long it's going to take. I think about...
2 hours.
No, it's not. It's not that far away. I reckon 12 minutes.
12 minutes. Well, the watch will say when we get there, so let's
Yeah.
see.
So while we're walking along, we thought we'd answer another question. So we're going to answer Constantine's question. He said, house buying process from abroad, realtor, title company, money transfer, was it easy?
Well, the realtor we found on YouTube.
Yeah, the
Orlando
realtor.
Home Show.
Yeah, we just started watching him on YouTube and then we contacted them and then that's who we met up with when we came out here. They showed us around some properties. This was when we came out we were here for the day. We were on a cruise and it stopped in Orlando.
One day it was late.
Yeah, it was late getting into port. We had about 6 hours, didn't we?
Yeah, manic 6 hours.
We hired a car and then we met up with the real estate agent and she showed us around a few different properties. Not the one we actually bought though, did she?
No, but she put us in. We needed to know what a certain amount of square feet was.
Yeah, at the time in the UK they don't do anything by square footage. So you were looking at things online and you were like, well, how many square foot is that? So I needed to visually see that so I could go, right, we need this amount of square feet. And then once we decided on the property with that certain builder, which was Pulte, it was a $5,000 deposit, wasn't it, to hold the plot, which we just transferred online. And then we paid for the house when we completed. But
I transferred money from Revolut
transferred
to the
money.
bank here, and then the bank here to the title company or whatever.
The title company, yeah. So it was fairly easy, wasn't it? It was all done online.
Yeah, the realtors sorted most of it out.
Yeah.
And then the title company, we basically done everything online.
Yeah.
So.
Because the closing was all online, wasn't it? The day we got the house, yeah.
Yeah. The actual, it didn't have any oomph when
No.
we actually closed. We just literally walked up and there was the key.
Yeah, because we'd done everything online, so it was fairly easy. We can obviously answer any questions on what it would be like getting a mortgage from abroad because we don't know. But I'm sure if you got a real estate agent, if you were thinking about doing this and you got a real estate agent, they would be able to talk you through all of that and discuss what mortgage rates would be as an expat. Oh, sorry. Yeah, so we think the house buying process was fairly easy, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing that stands out that I can remember thinking, oh, this is a pain. No, it was...
I remember the night that you bought the house, we were just outside in the garden and you were like, oh, we just bought a house.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? In Qatar, we were like, we decided, and we were just sat outside and we were like, We've just bought a house in a country
Was there alcohol involved again?
there'll have definitely been alcohol involved. I'm sure I was sat with a glass of wine.
You were.
I can remember texting my mum saying, we've just bought a house in Florida, and we weren't even there yet. We were still about 3 months out, weren't we, from getting here?
Yeah, because I had to get 3 months notice at work anyway.
Yeah. So we'll answer one more question while we're walking along. And this one's actually for all three of us, and it does say, what do the three of you miss the most, and what do you three like the most about Florida life?
It's Friday.
These two are having an argument about when the supermoon is.
It says 13:14.
Anyway, other than the supermoon, what do you miss?
Fish and chips.
What?
Fish
Oh,
and
no,
chips.
man, we've been
About the
without fish and
UK, we
chips
haven't
for a
been in the
long time.
UK for 11 years, but Jason does miss fish and chips from the UK, don't you?
And curry.
And a good Indian. Zara misses her friend from the UK, and you miss your friends from Qatar, don't you?
Yeah.
I think it's friends really is the main thing. I think the food thing we can sort of get over because it's been so long for us that we just used to not being able to get hold of certain things. But to be honest, in America everything's overkill anyway, so like most things you can get hold of, can't you? Yeah, see, I told you we were close.
Stupid Skyliner.
Yeah, so I don't know, is there anything else, Zara, that you would say is a standout you miss?
My cat.
A cat. She's got a cat that lives with her dad. Her cat's called Oreo, and she loves to see her cat when she goes home. Well, you'll see your cat in about a month.
I'll film some videos for you to put on the vlog.
I'm sure the vlog would absolutely love to see Oreo. Let me know if you want to see Oreo, the cat.
She's so cute. She's a calico.
She's a calico cat, there you go.
She's
So Zara misses her cat. What about your dad and your
Oh
sisters?
yes, I miss them too.
Yeah?
I miss them too.
Hopefully they're not watching this. Hi everybody and happy Thursday. It's already Thursday afternoon. It is 4 o'clock. Me and Jason are sat round the pool, aren't we? So, Jason, he's not got a beer in his hand. That's not a beer.
No, of course it's not.
It's not a beer. And he didn't bring me a cider. That's a lie. Yeah, we just thought it's a beautiful day again, isn't it? Although it's cloudier than what it has been in the last couple of days, but we thought we would come and sit round the pool for an hour. Sarah didn't want to come. She's on the phone to her grandma and uncle and her great grandma. It's her great grandma's birthday today. Happy birthday, Granny Betty, if you're watching. She 96.
96, 97, one of
No,
them.
not 97, I don't think. I think she's 96 today. So we've just all said happy birthday to her, and Dara was still on the phone to them. So she stayed at home. So yeah, we've just come up here and we'll probably just stay here an hour. I need to put some sun cream on though, that's for sure. But I just wanted to answer a couple more questions that we got, and these are probably going to be the last questions because, to be honest, like I said yesterday, the questions are more or less all the same thing anyway. Like, you know, did we make the right decision? Have we got any tips? And do we regret anything? And I think really we probably covered that mostly yesterday, didn't we? Yeah. That we think we've made the right decision. We don't have any regrets. And tips for other people, well, just be patient and also try and work out whether you can afford it or not, because living here is a lot more expensive than living in the UK. If you guys have been watching my vlogs over the last 10 months, you will know how much grocery shopping is, how much bills are, how much insurance is. We've always been upfront with the cost of everything because I wanted to help other people, because I couldn't find anything that told us the correct price, could we?
Nah,
nobody ever tells you what the price of things are, and I just don't understand why, because we all have an electricity bill to pay, we all have car insurance to pay, we all have, you know, these bills, everybody pays them. Why is it a secret? So
although the car insurance has come down in the
yeah
last year.
Yeah, but you managed to get it down in the end, didn't you? Because those quotes that you were getting,
but it's about
some of them were high.
That one come down.
That one's come down in the end. So I think last week's vlog we were talking about the car insurance, and I was saying that the quotes were higher unless we took this tracker thing. Now, thank you for everybody who did comment on that and say about the tracker thing. We decided not to go for that. We were put off when we buy things that we read.
Lots of bad stuff.
Yeah.
Anything to use against you rather than help you.
If anybody's coming to the US and likes cider, this one is really good. They might sell it in the UK, I've got no idea. But I assumed it was made in the US, but I don't know. Anyway, so one of the other questions that Stephen asked, what's our favourite season here? Now we've been here a full year. About now. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now's the perfect weather before it gets too hot and humid again.
Yeah, now, and in the end of the year as well. So like after like Halloween, November, December was really nice as well, wasn't it? And they're obviously the drier months of the year as well. So, but now is perfect. If I could come on holiday any time of the year, I would come now. The downside of coming now, if you were coming to go to the theme parks, a lot of the US kids are off now, so the theme parks would be a lot busier. But like if you could come, like say the first 2 weeks of April, so you would miss the UK holidays, and although I know Easter changes every year, but yeah, the weather is just beautiful. It's so perfect. So the other question that somebody asked was about Zara and school, and saying what did we think of the education system here. Now Zara goes to a public school here, and I'll be honest, I've really been impressed. They are behind the UK system, there's no doubt about that, because Zara was always middle of the road in Qatar. She went to a very good private British school and she was always middle of the road. And here, she's right at the top. She's doing amazingly academically. I honestly cannot ask any more of her. Like, really, she's really impressed me, the way she's stuck in and got on with it. She's getting really good feedback, really good grades. But what I love about it here, which is different from the school that she went to in Qatar, so I can't quote on her school in the UK, but what they do differently here is they test them all the time. And I think it's actually given Zara a boost, because they are constantly saying, yeah, you've got A, B, or whatever, this is your score. If you have a couple of extra, that could be an A. And it seems like they're constantly testing them all the time. And not always in really strict test conditions. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just in a more relaxed setting so they get used to it. And I think that helps. I think it's helped Zara anyway. It might not help every child, but the teachers are obviously good at what they do, because there's a couple of subjects that she didn't know anything about and she's absolutely excelled in it. So school-wise, I can't really ask for anything more. She goes to high school in August. We did find out the other day that she got into the local high school, so that's fantastic. And she's really excited to go there. She's had a tour of it. Some of her friends are going there. Yeah, I'm really pleased up to now. She is looking forward to her week off next week though for spring break. But then all kids do, don't they? And another question was, has she made any friends? And yes, she has made some friends. It's been a slow work in progress, but you know, she's 13, and a 13-year-old to come to a brand new country and know nobody, get dropped into a school and make some friends. You know, we are nearly a year into it, and I just think she's done so well. I'm so proud of her. I really am. School on me has probably been my most difficult moments. That's probably the hardest thing I feel like I've dealt with since being here. but that's just due to worry. Just, if you're a parent, you'll know that gut, horrible feeling that you get stressing and worrying about them. You know, is she making friends? Is people talking to her? What if somebody's been horrible to her? And I know there's nothing I can do about it, but that's what a mum does, a dad does, a parent does, and it's been some of my hardest weeks here. If you guys have followed me for a while, I have been honest with you all and told you, and you know, I've been upset about it in a couple of vlogs because I wanted to tell you the real truth of how it was. But things have definitely got better, and I feel a bit more relaxed about it now. So fingers crossed when she starts high school in August that everything goes swimmingly well, and yeah, you've just got to hope for the best, haven't you? Jason is walking around the swimming pool tying all of the umbrellas up because for some reason some people don't put the umbrellas down, and there was a post on the Facebook thing the other day saying one was in the pool, this is what happens when you don't put them down. I don't know why people wouldn't look after it. It's their HOA, they're paying for this, or CDD, whatever it is we pay for. We've got a beautiful pool here and we should look after it, shouldn't we? So yeah, I hope you guys, I'm going to probably wrap up there on the Q&As. I hope you have enjoyed that. I know this week hasn't been a usual vlog from me, and we've had a bit of a week off. Jason's days off have been cut short. Yeah, we've just had a bit of a week off vlogging our daily life, but I hope you've still enjoyed this week's vlog. And next week's vlog, we're going on holiday, aren't we?
Are we?
Have you forgot? We're only going away for a couple of nights, and we are going somewhere in Florida. So I'm going to end this vlog here, and you will see me next week for shopping as usual, but next week's weekly vlog will be a little trip away somewhere in Florida, and we're going to take you along for the whole journey. I'm going to vlog everything, and hopefully it might be somewhere that you guys might fancy visiting in the future. So me and Jason are going to enjoy our little drink at the pool, enjoy the sunshine, and we'll catch you guys next week. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. Bye.